up here. Okay, welcome you guys to the Rnetwork corporate call. And I'm here at the corporate office, obviously, and here in Utah. And right outside are all the founders and executives, and also we have our board of directors here. So they're all in town, and actually they're having their board meeting right now. And I have my special guest with us today. She's in town, and I absolutely love this gal, Rebecca Wilhelmina. And so say hello.
I love you too. Hi, everybody. Aren't we so excited? Oh, my gosh. I'm on fire. I mean, he had to pay me $1 million not to say anything, and I'm not going to say anything. So, yeah. So, you know, having Rnetwork inside of me, there's nobody or nothing in the world that can stop. Guess what, guys? We are creating greatness. We're creating a huge movement across the globe. So exciting.
Oh, they actually had to move the board meeting because she's so excited.
Because I'm so loud.
I'm just kidding. No, and absolutely love her passion. And it's so cool that she's here today. So you get to hear from her in just a few minutes. And I just want to, first of all, start off and just welcome you to the call. If this is your first time, just want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here. It's the best thing you ever did, best choice you've ever made, because today, the best part of the call is towards the end here in just a few minutes, is you get to hear from our panelists today, because I'm just telling you, incredible individuals. And I'm so excited to have each one of these guys share their story with you and as to why they're involved here at Rnetwork. So again, my name is Dave Dove, Executive Vice President Sales here at Rnetwork. And again, thank you for coming on today. Let's start off with, first of all, our vision as a company. And first of all, the vision of the company is simply this, is that we are empowering a community of people that are shifting the power and the profits from these big businesses and banks back to the individual. That's you. That's you. And so, first of all, resulting in a better quality of life. That's what it's really all about. It's about you having a better quality of life and having the opportunity to choose freedom for you. And in these times that we're in right now, nothing more was more apparent to me as to when I was down in California, and I didn't know I was going to run into a rally and a bunch of fights going on. So, but we ended up in this craziness, and it just made me so humbled to be able to be in business for myself, right? And to think about what it is that we're doing in the world and how we're going to make an impact in the world. And I looked around and I was just like, man, I'm so grateful to live in the USA. I'm so grateful to have health and strength to be able to do what I want to do every day, because that's a blessing, right? And so I think about that, and I wanted to share with you, because the people that I was with was my daughter, who I idolize. I absolutely look up to her. I'm going to try not to get emotional because she brings very much emotion to me. But I want to share with you some thoughts that I jotted down, and I want to share them. I'm going to read it to you. When you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know your limits. And as a result, you must surround yourself with people who make you grow and stretch, even if it means losing some of your friends that don't add value to your life. Think about that. When you are pursuing greatness or excellence, we all need someone to help us see and think outside our narrow perspective, because sometimes our perspective is only so much, right? So we have to see outside of it. We need someone who understands our potential, even when we haven't yet accepted ourselves. And I'm so excited to read Rebecca's book, because it's about learning to accept yourself as to who you are and where you are today. And you all should pick up her book, by the way. She gave it to me. So I feel privileged. So thank you for that. And I can't wait to read it. I have not read the book yet, and I will. Surround yourself with people you can learn from, who can help you become the very best version of yourself. My daughter does that to me. And when I was around her in California, we haven't had much time together because I work so many hours. And so I took 2 days to go spend time, actually 3 days with her, to go spend time with her and literally give myself to her. And thank you all for that, by the way, because a lot of you allowed me that opportunity. And I appreciate that. And here's what I jotted down last. And it makes no sense to limit your growth based on your limitations of others. So think about that. When people are limiting your own personal life based on the way they see you or the way that they treat you or whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is you learn to love yourself and learn to love yourself first. And as you do, you'll grow in ways you've never grown before. And just surround yourself with the right people is the message today. If you have people that are negative, that are negative in your life, cut them out. The fastest way to help them is to cut them out. I heard a long time ago that if your kids were suffering financially through a situation in their life, it's not always good to bail them out. It's allowing them to grow. And that's by cutting your friends out that you feel are friends when they really are pulling you down. The best way you can help them is to cut them off, because they're like crabs pulling you in to their world, their life, the way their life is. And I just have to tell you that being in California for those 3 days, I learned a lot. How I can be a better dad, how I can be a better person, how I can learn to love myself, because she suffered with this for herself. And she shared with me, we were sitting on the beach one day, and she was just sharing with me about how she's been able to get over that. Now, she's 18. These kids are faced crap like none other. Social media and so forth. And I just got to tell you that she shared with me some of her things that she does on a day-to-day basis. And I want to just share one of those things and we'll move on. Number one thing she does every morning when she wakes up is write down what she's grateful for. She's telling me this. She's 18. She wrote down what she's grateful for, and the second thing she does is listen to motivational speeches. Those are the two things that she does that brings to her light, to her life, and puts purpose in it. Think about that. It's an incredible, incredible thing coming from an 18-year-old. So I learned from my daughter this weekend as to surround myself with the right people and to not let anybody dictate how I believe about what I believe about myself, because it doesn't matter. What matters is how you believe about yourself. True?
Yep. 150%.
Okay, awesome. Let's move on.
Cheers.
Let's move on. So, sorry about that. I had to get a little mushy with you because it's been weighing on me to share with you guys to surround yourself with the right people. Let's talk about some announcements that I want to share with you first of all. First of all, have you gone into TV Fit? If you've been into TV Fit lately, there's some really cool things. And I want to share one of those things with you. And I kind of highlighted this another day ago, but I want to share this with you. Check out the small changes section. I think I highlighted this last week, but I really want you to think about this. It's got stuff like psychology of change. How important is that right now? Psychology of change, mindset, nutrition, how to lose weight, how to deal with stress, mindfulness, and sleep. So dig into it and learn what you have in your hands that's part of your charter membership. It's an incredible, and they're just enhancing it all the time. In fact, they just brought on, and I can't announce who it is yet because they're not letting us yet, but they just brought on a supermodel / fitness model trainer. And she has got millions of followers. I'm now following her on Instagram. And it's because she has some really cool workouts. So, and the thing is, you're going to see this and you're going to learn more and more about it as we go on. So get in there and look at TV Fit. Do not take it for granted because it's on your phone and it's just sitting there. It's part of my PMS, physical, mental, and spiritual preparation on a daily basis. You got to do it, right? Next week, don't miss this, not this call. By the way, we're going to skip this call next Wednesday because we're having a call at night at 7 o'clock. And that's kind of our update, right? So really what it is, it's called State of the Union. You get to hear from Trent, from some of the other executives in the company, and you do not want to miss it. I just gave Rebecca a little tiny sneak peek, don't tell them, little tiny sneak peek as to what is going to be talked about on that call. Okay, let's move on before we leak something. The new website's out. So you guys, look, we're enhancing it as we go, right? We're just making it better and better as we move. And now it's starting to get more uniform to what our vision is and where we are as a company and where we're going and all those kind of things. So that's exciting. And again, this is just a snippet of where we're going. This is just the start of the site, by the way. Okay, corporate calls Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with Ed Terranova and John Stahl. Let me just tell you something, you guys. I love these guys. I love the passion, the focus, the vision. Their flags are planted. If I was going to put a prospect in to take a look at this opportunity, I would put them on those calls because they will feel the conviction that's in their voices. So 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every night, Monday through Thursday. Friday, Spanish night. Get on that call. If you speak Spanish, you got people in Mexico and in South America speak Spanish, get them on that call. It's a great call, Friday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Get them on that call. And Saturday, training, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Get on that call with Jeremy Jenkins and Ed Terranova and whoever else is in, John Stahl and everybody that's involved in that. Get on there. Learn. Jeremy does amazing trainings. He shares some great stuff. I know you all do team trainings and things, and you should be on those too. That's a lot of calls, I know. All right. RFA promo ends this month. Take advantage of it, and you will want to take advantage of it based on what we're talking about on Wednesday next week. I'm just telling you right now, we're giving you warning now. We're giving you notice now because if you saw what was on my board right here in front of me, you would be running as fast as you possibly can to take advantage of this, right? So I'm just going to leave it at that. Last announcement, I think most important out of anything we're doing. Why not own a piece of the rock? Oops, I mean a piece of the R. Piece of the rock is prudential. That's actually not what we want. Piece of the R, right? Own a piece of the R. And we've got people on the screen, they're going to talk today. They're going to share that because they own a piece of the R now. Guess what? That's super, super cool. That means the stock opportunity only goes to the end of next month. For you now to actually have a piece of the R, and that's incredible. And I'm so excited for the people that have already earned it and for those that are going to earn it. And everybody should own a little piece, just something, right? So take advantage of it. All right. My favorite part of the call. Favorite part of the call is to hear from our superstars. So let's start off with none other, and I actually had the privilege of having dinner with her down in Southern California, and I just have to tell you something. I grew to love this gal because of her story, who she is. Single mom, an incredible leader, huge heart, and I'm so excited for her and her kids and what they're going to be able to accomplish here at the Rnetwork. And none other than Chloe, good friend from Southern California, incredible leader, and she's P3 qualified. Super cool. So Chloe, the time is yours.
Hi, Dave. You're going to make me cry already. Thank you so much. Gosh, it was so great meeting you the other day. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was just kind of worked out so nicely. It ended up, I saw Dave posted on Facebook that he was going to be in Laguna Beach. And I'm like, hey, I'm like 15 minutes away. So later that day, we ended up grabbing dinner, and it was just so great. We connected, and yeah, we shared some really incredible stories. He's telling me a lot about what his daughter had been through, and my son was going through something similar. So we connected on so many different levels, and Dave has just like such a huge heart, and I'm so grateful to be here. The Rnetwork so far, every person I've spoken to, we all share something like that, just big hearts that we want to create an impact on this planet. And that's really what keeps me here and keeps me motivated, because you can bring a business, they could be a phenomenal business idea, but if it's not like fueled with heart-centered people, then I'm just not really driven to participate. So it's really beautiful that we have all of you guys. It's so special. Yeah. So my experience here has been amazing so far. I'm really excited to be doing this with all of you. And one of my favorite thing about this is it's like, it covers pretty much every market. Like, it's not just a vertical market. I was in a hemp oil company before, and they had the best products I've ever experienced from hemp. But it was so hard because not a lot of the people are interested in just that, you know? So we cover so much. And then we also can help people start a global business for $75. That's available for pretty much anybody. You know, any demographic can start a business, and that's unheard of. So I'm very grateful for all of you and this business, and our Destiny Familia. We have such a beautiful team that's growing, and we have so much love and support in that group. And I'm grateful for Scott, who brought me on. He's like one of my best friends and my mentor. So if anyone's ever in Orange County, I'm here to support you guys. And if you ever need anything, just reach out and I'll be there for you. So thank you guys so much for bringing me on.
Man, this is so cool. Like, I love it. And thank you for sharing, Chloe. It was a pleasure meeting you and to feel your passion and your spirit. And, you know, guys, that's what this business, I love this business for that reason alone. Just meeting people and being able to build my friends list, right? So I look at it just such an asset in life. We can't take anything with us, but the people we meet and the relationships we have will always keep. And no matter whatever happens to us, and I love that about this business. So thank you, Chloe, for first of all hanging out with me, and then second is talking here today. So thank you for that. All right, guys, none other than Alfonso Torres. And let me just tell you something. I don't know him, but I've heard of him. And I can just tell you right now, first of all, he's from Virginia. And I want to just let you know that, first of all, he has hit his power 10. So that's rocking it. So that's awesome. So way cool. He owns a piece of the R. So I'm excited to hear from you, Alfonso. Tell us a little bit about you and why you're excited.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. I actually didn't realize I was part of the panel. I was coming in here and think I was just going to listen in. So that's so cool. Oh my goodness, this opportunity. You know, what really stood out for me is the simplicity of it, because all it took for me was like a 4-minute video. Like, someone sent me, they didn't call me. They didn't really, they knew of me. So they just sent a quick little message, and it was just, I don't know, there was one line there caught my attention, led me to that first 4 or 5 minute video that you guys have. It didn't take more than that. And I thought to myself, if I'm sold that quickly, like what an easy decision, right? So it's all about being an easy decision for folks. I think it's a product that's universally understood. I think it's a product that is low price, low risk, and therefore an easy decision. And I'm coming in with that level of enthusiasm, thinking, okay, if it's an easier decision for people that have maybe failed in the past, maybe it's, we can get behind this message and help a lot of people. So that's why I got excited about it. I think it's just been about 5 weeks so far, and I'm planning to be a part of this family. And the other thing is, you kind of look for all the markers, the people, the product, and the process. And even though I didn't make the decision based on the leadership, oh my goodness, how pleasantly surprised I was. I was coming in. Really did not know the person I was signing up underneath, but how lucky am I to be underneath this leadership, which leads up to Rebecca. Our destiny is an amazing group. Scotty's leadership is amazing, goes up to Rebecca, goes up to Jana, goes up to you guys, goes up to Trent Walker and everybody. When you're looking at that, you're like, wow, that's that one piece you're always looking for, right? Product is straightforward. I don't really have to say much about the product because it's easy to understand and so easy, an easy decision, right? But then the process just really becomes nothing complicated about it. And I'm coming in with some energy, some thoughts, and we're seeing some energy behind this. So I'm excited, super excited.
That's awesome. Alfonso, hey, what's your experience in direct sales? I mean, have you had experience in the past with this, or tell us about your experience?
I've been a fan for a very long time. I've been a fan maybe since I was 17, 18. I'm 44 years old. I might have signed up for one thing when I was 18 years old. I think it was Excel Communications because I looked at them closely, the Amways, the Excels, the Herbalives and all that stuff. And I've always wanted to do something. But, I was on a path. I did the career thing. I had a lot of success early on in my career. So I built a mortgage company, built a title company, built a real estate company, did well for myself, and I didn't really have a need. But now I'm in a different place, and I see myself as wanting to really help others, and there's no easier way, I think, in this world to help others than to get them to business through an opportunity as simple as this. So zero experience really in network marketing. I've done one affiliate program. I started it in March. I became I could say I had some success with that. So March this year, I kind of dabbled with this world, not network marketing, but it was an affiliate program. And here I am in my first network marketing opportunity.
That's so cool. So awesome. And what an incredible story to have success in the corporate world or in the regular business world. And it sounds like you're very educated and obviously had some great success. So super excited to have you on board as one of our leaders in the company, and you're leading the pack. Let me just tell you guys, for somebody to have their power 10 says something. It's not easy. That's why we do give away shares of stock to hit that. But for him to come in and in 5 weeks be power 10 and above, he's plus, not just power 10. So super cool, and congratulations to you, Alfonso. I love it.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you. It means a lot.
Look forward to meeting you one of these days here someday in person. So, all right, guys, let's thank you again, and let's move on. We've got also Kathy Manson. And Kathy is from Vancouver, BC, British Columbia. She's P3 and plus, I'm assuming. Anyway, very cool. And I'm super excited because she belongs to an incredible team, number one. When I say belong, she's part of. And she's a major player in that. And I'm super excited to meet you one of these days because that's my favorite city of all cities. I just have to tell you, I actually went to the World's Fair in British Columbia. So I'm in Vancouver. I absolutely loved it. So anyway, looking forward to hear from you, Kathy.
Thank you, Dave. So actually, I live on Vancouver Island, close to Vancouver, but I live 20 minutes from Jana, and that's part of why I'm on this journey is because of Jana. She just kind of said, sign up, and I did. But what you said today resonated so much with me because I don't know about some people here, but, I haven't reached P10, and I've had people come and go. And so there was a time in my life when I felt really confident. I did a lot of volunteer work. I was always at the top. I was in business, did a lot of training and facilitating. And then a couple of things happened to me. One of them was I joined a couple of network marketing companies where people said, oh, you don't have to do anything and you're going to get rich. And of course you don't. And I felt like a failure big time. And then some shady people. But the second thing that happened was I was twice diagnosed with breast cancer. And the second time, which I'm happy to say was 10 years ago, but a lot changed. I lost my hair, I lost my breast, you know, a lot of things happened. And I realized that I also lost my confidence and my belief in myself. So I'm going to get emotional, but I was just thinking about what you said, Dave, and it's so true, because I even wrote a book, and I've talked to Rebecca about this, and I don't even tell people about it. I don't share it. I don't do anything. And so I've been playing small. And what Rnetwork has done for me, besides giving me a place to start to, no, actually, that's not what I'm going to say. What it has done for me is given me a home and given me a team of people who I know cheer me on. And Jana has always said to me, oh, you're such an inspiration. I never got it. But it started me on a journey again of self-development, and I'm doing the gratitude thing, and I do the TV fit, and I'm doing all kinds of different things. I'm doing a Tony Robbins brand challenge because I realized, you know what, screw it. I'm putting my book online as a course of some kind. And I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't done this. And so, you know, I just think about the people. Jana, of course, has cheered me on for a long time. But, you know, one day when I was feeling down, I asked John a question online, and boom, he phones me. And I've talked to Rebecca and Lisa, and there's so many people who have just been there supporting me and inspiring me. And so for me, I think really what I'd like to be able to do, what I am going to do, is have this fuel my ability to serve women, especially with breast cancer, because that's my story, without having to charge them, because they're already going through so much. So, you know, to be in a heart-centered company where people actually care, and Dave, it starts with you, it just oozes out of you. And I'm just so grateful for that, John. I see your face there, and, you know, you always come from your heart, and just so many people who do that, and it just fills me up. So for me, I'm not the superstar enroller, but I am the compassionate person who will get there. I may not get a piece of the art, but I'm going for it as best I can. But I am going to be the best version of me I've ever been. That's it. Thank you.
Kathy, first of all, gosh, I love this business. And thank you, Kathy, for sharing and being so vulnerable to share, number one, because that's such a huge thing, that people are willing to be vulnerable and share their heart. And I am super proud of you for coming on here and sharing that, and can't wait one of these days to embrace you in your beautiful country, number one, because I love that place. But I just have to say, what an inspiring story. And you need to promote your book. You need to. Like, don't let anything hold you back. And do that. I just have, and I know you didn't need to hear that from me. Tony Robbins is going to tell you that anyway. But just, you know that that's incredible, man. I love. Let me know how I can get your book. First of all, I will buy one or whatever. So just let me know. Love to hear that. Thank you again for sharing. Let's move on. I got to get out of this emotional state I'm in right now. My gosh. Okay, so let's move on. So we're going to move to, first of all, we are going to move to none other than Brian MacArthur. Now, he's from Prince Edward Island in Canada. Now, I have no idea where this is at, but I'm going to just tell you, I am one of these days going to make it there because it sounds amazing. So anyway, Brian, you know, all I've heard is how incredible you are, number one, and I have seen you on. I've seen you on calls, but I want to just tell you, first of all, guys, he's a P10, and so he is power 10'd up. He owns a piece of the R, so that's really cool. So let's give it up for Mr. Brian MacArthur.
Thank you very much, Dave. And I paid Jana to say a lot of those things, you know. But anyway, I think you may remember my wife and I are foster parents, and we've had about 80 kids in our home over the last 18 years. But my big thing, and what I try to instill in as many people that are in my downline as possible, and that is get your why and understand what your why is. And the first thing, they'll come back to me and say, well, what's yours? And I'm a Disney nut. I never started going to Disney until I was 65, and I'm 73 going on 74, and I've been there 4 times. And I don't miss a ride. I get on them all. But I want the Disney aircraft at the Charlottetown airport picking up the kids, Children's Wish. And I want to be able to pay for it. And that's about $300,000 for the kids to go. And that's my number one. And I never thought I would be able to do it until I saw and really took a look at Rnetwork. And my biggest problem that I had in the first 3.5 months, I kept saying, it can't be this easy. There's a catch, there's something in there that, and it knocked in my head. It's like a linebacker going into a brick wall, bang, and doing it over and over and over again. But I'm now very comfortable with everything. We are starting a program that's going to bring me a fair amount of leads in from the United States. And I've got, I think, 3 prospects that will be R10 before the end of next month, and maybe more. And then whatever happens with the newer people that come on. And like this whole thing just blows my mind. Like the executive on this company, like the 2 of you guys, I mean, you know, and you got to understand when your calls come on, it's not 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening. It's 10 o'clock, and I've been going since 6 in the morning with the kids. You know, but I'm going to close in this. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province of Canada. This is general knowledge for everybody. Charlottetown, which is the capital of the province, is to Canada what Philadelphia is to the United States. It's where Canada began. And all the big guys came from all upper Canada, Ontario and Quebec, and they landed in Charlottetown and they were drunk. And they continued to have a good party, and they put the whole thing together in less than a week for the whole province of, or the country. And we've got 4 of the top golf courses in North America in our province. We've got 22 golf courses, 4 of which are in, 1 is number 6 in all of North America. And it's right up there with the one out in California. So if you'd like to golf, come on up. And boy, do we ever have lobster. Oh, just like you wouldn't believe. Ask Jana, get Jana to tell you sometime, Dave Dove, what the lobsters are like. I've sent her some.
Well, first of all, Brian, I am a golfer, and I do. I absolutely love to golf. So I'm going to have to fly there because my wife works for the airline. So I'm going to be, I will be traveling here very quickly. We're going to be doing some visiting.
Do you like country and western music?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can dance like none other. That's kidding.
Son of a gun. Right with you. We have one of the largest country and western festivals in North America for 4 days in July. There's about 80,000 people come in for it. And they have all the top, 10 to 12 top country and Western artists in it. It will knock your socks off. And the second year they had it, if you remember, what do you call it in New York City, or not city, but years ago, the Rock side where it rained for about 3 days and everybody got drunk and then we're sliding down the hills. Same thing out there, the great big hill they're on, looking down at the stage, and it was spilling rain and everybody was going down, sliding. But that, you know, that's on the 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th of July. But then the lobster here is, and it's fairly reasonable. I bought 100 pounds here this spring cooked for $7 a pound.
That's awesome.
Sulfur.
Well, I'll be up there to visit for sure. And
More than welcome.
hey, Brian, thank you for sharing, first of all, and being vulnerable also and sharing your story. Because, you know, my wife was fostered, and so I have a lot of respect for you, just for what you're doing for these kids. And what an incredible, I love Disney too. You know, they say it's the happiest, merriest place on earth or something like that. And it is. Like, I'm in there and I'm smiling from ear to ear. So
walk in there with a whole change of life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, thank you again. And we got one other one, and then I'm going to let Rebecca wrap our call up. All right. So this is a very exciting opportunity. So none other than we get to hear from Miss Susan Fernandez. Now, she's out of California, and she's also a Power 3 and above. And I just want to tell you, first of all, what an incredible lady. Very sharp. Comes from the corporate world and actually has had great and massive success in the corporate world. And just from what I've learned from her in the short time that I was able to talk with her, and she introduced me to one of her friends, I just have to tell you, I'm super excited for Susan and for what she's already done and what she's doing in this business. So without further ado, Susan, please tell everybody about yourself and why you're excited about being here.
Well, thank you for that, Dave. My background is executive search. I haven't actually been in corporate. I sell those guys. I used to always joke that I sell people legally. Anyway, I've done that I started my practice when I was about 28 years old. I literally went from waitressing to learning what corporate America was. I didn't even know what the departments were, let alone, you know, what they were supposed to be doing. And I had worked for some other folks for a couple of years and then started out on my own, and it took off. And I learned how to read people's mind and found a crazy client that it took me 68 phone calls to get him. And once I did, made a lot of money with him. And I learned what corporate America was all about. So cold calling doesn't bother me one iota. Used to it. I got a very deep database. Although I think it's probably not going to be the best pool for what I'm doing. I'm doing a couple things right now and playing around. So my situation and kind of what I love about this is, yes, I've recruited corporate for many, many years, but what some of you know, Rebecca, you know this, one of my kids is adopted, and there were some very, very serious problems that the world fell apart at 7. And it took us, it's been a life fight, and we've won, all natural. Never put a drug in him, would have been drugged the rest of his life. And we have a healing story. I've seen stuff done in my house. God's brought people through my front door that I didn't even know I needed to meet. And I literally mean my physical front door of my house. I kind of ended up putting myself in the holistic healthcare field. I walked away from search about 1.5 years ago and just said, okay, I'm a technician. Are you sure, God? And then it kind of has come full circle at me. And I actually called to recruit Rebecca. And Rebecca started to go, no, but I want to tell you about something. And at first I'm like, oh gosh, the last thing I need is something new to do. And then I had this little argument in my head, you guys are going to kick out of, as I've always told my candidates, sit down, shut up, and pay attention. You never know what somebody's going to say. So I'm having this little argument in my own head. And she's talking to me about, okay, just be quiet, pay attention. And so she proceeded to share it with me. And what really resonates for me is the idea that we can look at it from a couple of angles. We have corporate people that are running into brick walls in their late 50s. You know, they're mid-management. They haven't made the big money. They've made good money, but if they put a couple kids through college and the kids didn't scholarship, between that and maybe depending on when their corporate moves required them to move with real estate or the 401k, where was it when the market crashed? Have they been good with investing, even if they were good savers? Which of course, as most of us know, most of America is not, we're not good savers. We're just not. And so when you add it all together, are these people ready for retirement? They're not. They're not even close. I've talked to some guys that have lost money in businesses, all kinds of different things. And what I like about this is the lack of risk, for one. I think there's an opportunity here to help people who are up against the wall have a new opportunity, and really seriously, you're not forcing them to spend money every month that they may or may not be able to afford and purchase products that they may or may not need this week. And I think that for me really resonated. I also have a real, ultimately for me, health is very important, and the opportunity to share. I mean, I have about 60,000 worth of equipment in my house, you know, and things like that. And I would love to be able to just, Rebecca and I've talked about that with her stuff. She likes to do those events. And I said, I could bring my equipment and we could have fun. But being able to do that where actually being paid for it wouldn't be a huge deal, or it could be reasonable, and offer some people to make brain changes, etc. I mean, I have some pretty cool stuff. And I've been fortunate. God's blessed me by being exposed to amazing talent. You know, when you find talent in search, and then you turn around and you find talent in the healthcare, anyone ever has anything major in healthcare, I'm a really good resource of information, and I put that out there to everybody. I have some kingpins that just blow you away with the talent that they have, and unraveling cases that nobody knows what's wrong with them or why they're still sick, and on and on. And because of my experience with my son, I didn't know how we were going to get through 15 minutes, let alone the day, let alone a lifetime. And Dave, I think you can relate to that. And mine was in a different category. But having fought through that, being able to, we spent a lot of money. And we were fortunately, we were older parents. We were able to pull it off. Most people can't. And we've gone through hundreds cash. And that's frightening. It put a little dent in retirement. So this is a chance to rebuild this. This is a chance to take people along with us. And that's how I look at this business. And I don't have my P10 yet, but Alfonso, I'm jealous. So I'm going to get moving. And we were on a call the other day with Scotty, and he said, how many calls are you going to make? And I put 150. And it was like, he's like, you're a beast. I'm thinking 150 is not, doesn't mean I'm going to get hold of them all, but making 150, 200 calls in a week is kind of normal. So now we just have to hit the right target, and we're working on it. Thank you so much. It was delightful, the chat we had too, Dave. I so appreciate your time. I learned a lot in that call, which was helpful for me. And I just look forward to all getting together in about a year. We should be ready to just go out and have a good time. Thank you, right. Rebecca. Love you.
I love you too.
Guys, first of all, thank you, Susan, for sharing. And I do understand to a certain degree, probably not to the degree that you've had to, things that you've dealt with your son. I know others that have dealt with some pretty serious things. And guys, that's what a community is all about. Right? It's all about a community, to have somewhere where you can be vulnerable and share. And, you know, not all mushy all the time, but today, what an incredible call, and I just love it. I love you guys. I love what you're doing. I love your passion. And just know that as you grow this and you get this to a point, you know, money's not everything, but I heard from one of my mentors once. He said to me, and he was in Amway back in the day. I used to actually work for the guy. He was one of the double diamonds in Amway. And he said to me, he said, money's not everything, but I rank it up there with oxygen. because it is important, and the things that you can do with it are amazing. And it's just like my oldest daughter, who's had battled and still battling with her brain tumor, and had one of them removed, and she's starting a foundation. She's working 3 jobs right now so that she can actually fund herself to go and do something. So, and she's not even making that much money. So I'm just trying to say that as you make money with this, don't forget to lose your life in what it is you're passionate about, and go do what you want. And that's enough for me. So first of all, I know you're anxiously all waiting to hear from Miss Rebecca, because she's kicking me under the table like, come on, Dave. No, just kidding. I have to just say, I absolutely love this gal. I fell in love with her from the first time I met her. And when she introduced me to several people, actually, I won't name names, but she introduced me to a lot of different people. And I just got to tell you, what an incredible individual, first of all. Incredible mother, incredible person, incredible leader, and passionate, and has a heart the size of, gosh, bigger than her. Let's just say that. And her desire to do the things that she wants, she was just sharing some of the things that she wanted to do as she grows this. And as I mentioned earlier, she said it wasn't about the money. At the end of the day, if I can't help somebody, this is exact quote, Rebecca, if I can't help somebody, then it doesn't work for me. So that's who you're going to hear from now. So without further ado.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. You know what, you guys, I'm so excited to be here. When I walked in, we have like all these positive quotes in our corporate office. This corporate office belongs to all of us. It's not just at the corporate. And they probably had to like scoot down because I think I'm a little bit too loud, but that's okay. We're excited for everything that they're talking about in that big corporate meeting over there. It's all because of us. It's everything. And if I could show you this board, but I can't because then I'll probably lose my CM, my CM position. But this is exciting. You know, by coming here and seeing everybody working for us, for all of us on this call, and all the thousands that aren't on this call, it's for us. And you know, yes, we have our whys. We have our whys, but this is such a huge vehicle. You know, you all know that I lost my job March 24th, and I felt sorry for myself for 2 days. And Jana's like, why are you feeling sorry for yourself? You have our network. You know, I didn't even like really jump into it really until then. And I'm so glad, you know, I never stopped sprinting because, wow, you guys, this is such a huge opportunity. And if you knew what was on that board, wait, if you knew what was on that board, you guys would be sprinting too. This is exciting. This is exciting. A lot of lives are going to change. This is a huge movement. This is what we talk about. This is what we, and I'm sorry, I'm too excited. It's okay. But listen, Linda, listen. This is exciting. This is the movement that we need globally for, you know, not only Nigeria, but for Philippines, for all across the globe, for India. This is so exciting. This is going to change so many people's lives. And guess what, you guys? With that being said, we'll be able to change so many people's lives. This is what, I'm so glad I came here. Thank you, Dave, for answering the doorbell. I didn't think they were gonna answer the doorbell. They're like, oh gosh, Rebecca Wilhelmina, what does she have now? No, this is so exciting. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful for everybody on the panel and everybody on this call and leaders. We have leaders all over the world. And you know, Jana and Scotty and all of you, John and Ed and even Brian. Brian, you know, Brian, I want to come to Prince Edward's Island. That's been my dream. I've been to Dubai everywhere, but I've never been to Prince Edward's Island. And Alfonso and Chloe, you know, listen, what I know about that board, we got to start. If you're not sprinting, sprint. Okay, I didn't say it. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys, and this is exciting. This is so exciting.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. I can't stop smiling. So, woo! All right. So, hey, thank you again, guys. Have an amazing, amazing week, and run like you've never ran before. Share, share, share. Don't stop sharing. Open your mouth. Heck, go get an Uber and drive around the corner and get the Uber guy. You know, whatever you got to do. Share this, because get this. What's Wednesday is going to knock your socks off. I said that here in Utah, like, I don't know, a year ago, and these guys were like, had their socks off like this. So anyway, just when you were saying that, Brian, I was laughing. So anyway, hey, thanks you guys. Thanks for all our panelists today for getting on, and our stars, what incredible. John, I can't say anymore, so I'm just going to end with that. So thank you for getting on, you guys. Have an amazing, amazing week, and we'll see you guys next week.
Dave,
Come and see us at 9
Thank
o'clock.
you.
Wait a minute. Come and see us tonight at 9 o'clock, right? We got the
Eastern.
corporate
10 o'clock my
business
time.
overview, right? Sorry, Brian.
That's okay.
No, you know what? Load up that call, because I tell you what, Eddie and I are really, we're ready to go ahead and give it as much as we possibly can. And let me tell you something, everybody that's on this call, we got the panelists and everybody on this call, you guys are all our champions. Be blessed, and may you all stay protected.
Thanks all. Have a great day all.
Thank you.